Breaking tonight. In a thunderclap that shook the foundations of Westminster, Britain's Prime Minister Elias Thorne has been toppled, not by votes, not by backroom deals, but by the cold, unforgiving hammer of justice. Picture this: 9 Supreme Court justices, zero mercy, delivering a 142-page verdict that exposed £1.8 billion in shadowy contracts funneled through ghost companies in the Bahamas. Offshore accounts bloated with kickbacks, luxury yachts disguised as diplomatic vessels, and a donor list that reads like a who's who of tax evaders. This isn't just a scandal, folks. It's a seismic betrayal that's left millions of Britons seething, streets ablaze, and a nation demanding blood. Stay locked in, because on UK Pancakes, we're diving deep into the chaos that turned number 10 into a crime scene. And trust me, you won't believe the twist that sealed his fate. IT started with whispers, those pesky leaks that politicians love to dismiss as fake news. But oh, how they snowballed. Investigators uncovered 217 pages stamped confidential from Thorne's inner circle, emails plotting to award £2.4 billion in defense contracts to a firm owned by his brother-in-law's shell company. No bids, no oversight, just a wink and a wire transfer. And get this, during the height of the housing crisis, when families were scraping by on frozen benefits, Thorne jetted off to 5-star retreats in Monaco, billed as policy summits that never happened. Photos surfaced, champagne toasts with oligarchs while pensioners queued at food banks. One whistleblower, a former aide named Sarah Klein, dropped the bomb. I watched him sign off on it all, laughing like it was monopoly money. Boom. Evidence hit the web. 11,000 deleted records recovered from a shredded server. The Supreme Court didn't mince words. Chief Justice Lord Harlan Graves boomed from the bench. This is not governance. This is grand theft. Markets tanked 3.7% in minutes. The pound hit rock bottom, and suddenly Britain wasn't just angry. It was armed with proof. But let's make it personal, because behind the billions are broken lives. Meet Tom Hargrove, a 72-year-old veteran from Leeds who lost his leg in Afghanistan. I gave my limb for this country, he told our cameras, voice cracking, eyes fierce. Now I sleep in my car because rent skyrocketed while they pocketed the funds meant for us. Or Lisa Patel, a single mom in Manchester, juggling 3 jobs. My kids go hungry, so he can sip cocktails on a yacht? Betrayal doesn't cut it, it's bloody treason. These aren't stats, they're stories that punch you in the gut. Thousands like them flooded social media with hashtag #ThorneOut, sharing selfies from eviction notices and hospital waits. One viral clip, a pensioner in Birmingham holding a sign, £50 pension cut, £500,000 donor gift, fair trade? Sarcasm drips, but the pain is real. And as the verdict dropped, these voices amplified into a roar that echoed from Cornwall to the Highlands. Tension escalated faster than a bad Brexit deal. By dusk, protests erupted like wildfires. 200,000 strong in London alone, flares lighting up the Thames, banners waving, resign or rot. Police lines buckled as crowds surged toward Downing Street, chanting, "Thorne out! Thorne out!" Tear gas billowed over Westminster Bridge, smoke mingling with the fog, turning the iconic skyline into a war zone. In Edinburgh, 50,000 Scots blocked Holyrood, bagpipes blaring anthems of defiance. Clashes broke out, riot shields clashing with umbrellas, fireworks exploding like battlefield bursts. One protester, a student named Jamie Ruiz, climbed Big Ben's scaffolding, unfurling a flag. Corruption falls tonight. The video? 15 million views in hours. Curfews were slapped on major cities by 10 p.m., but who listens when outrage boils over? Helicopters thrummed overhead, spotlights piercing the night, as families huddled watching live feeds. This is our poll tax moment, one historian quipped, but with smartphones and zero patience. Parliament? Absolute bedlam. Picture the chamber. MPs shouting over each other, fists pounding desks, papers flying like confetti in a storm. Opposition leader Nadia Voss slammed her podium. This isn't a prime minister, it's a puppet master pulling strings for the elite. Thorne's own party fractured. 12 Labour MPs defected on the spot, crossing the floor in a dramatic walkout. "We won't defend the indefensible," one barked, mic drop style. Veterans packed the public gallery, medals glinting under the lights, booing as Thorne's empty seat mocked the room. Shouts of "traitor" ricocheted off ancient walls. Speaker Sir Geoffrey Lang tried to gavel order. "Order. I will not tolerate this circus." But chaos reigned, jeers, heckles, even a backbencher hurling a water bottle. Centuries of stiff upper-lip decorum? Shattered like cheap china. And in the midst of it, cabinet resignations poured in. The Home Secretary quit via tweet. The Chancellor stormed out mid-debate, leaving files scattered. The illusion of control? Crumbling faster than a soggy biscuit. Now, the cover-up twist that turned stomachs and sealed Thorne's doom. As the verdict loomed, insiders leaked how Number 10 went into panic mode. Servers wiped clean. 8,500 emails vanished into the digital ether. Blame game kicked off. Foreign interference. Thorne's spin doctors screamed, pointing fingers at shadowy hackers from hostile states. But enter the heroes, the whistleblowers. A tech-savvy civil servant named Alex Reed smuggled out encrypted drives for 0.2 terabytes of damning data, voice memos of Thorne barking orders to bury it deep. One recording, crystal clear: "Delete everything. Make it look like a glitch." Released anonymously on a dark web forum, it hit mainstream in seconds. Global outrage spiked. Hashtags like #Thorne cover-up trending worldwide. EU leaders condemned it as Nixon-level nonsense, while US pundits chuckled. Watergate 2.0, British edition. Sarcasm alert, because nothing says innocent like hitting the delete button on national secrets. The twist? Reed's face revealed in a brave interview. "I couldn't watch my country burn." Hero or traitor? The people decided. Fundraisers for his legal fees hit £300,000 overnight. Rapid-fire escalation. Streets turned battlegrounds, with police vans screeching through crowds, water cannons dousing flames, but not fury. In Liverpool, 30,000 blocked the Mersey tunnels, horns blaring in unison. Birmingham saw bonfires of effigies, Thorne's face melting in the glow. Media frenzy hit fever pitch. BBC interrupted soaps for rolling coverage, Sky News drones capturing aerial chaos. One anchor, voice edged with sarcasm: "Well, if this is stable government, I'd hate to see unstable." Viral memes exploded. Thorne photoshopped as a sinking Titanic captain. Caption: "Iceberg? What iceberg?" But beneath the wit, urgency pulsed. Mortgage rates spiked to 5.9%. Shops boarded up. Tourists fled. Britain teetered on recession's edge, all because one man's greed cracked the dam. Pushed to the reckoning, Parliament's final meltdown. As dawn broke, the no-confidence vote loomed like a guillotine. Thorne, pale and cornered, finally appeared, voice trembling. "This is a witch hunt." But the chamber drowned him out. Opposition MPs waved leaked docs. "Here's your hunt. Pound 800 million in slush funds." Veterans in the gallery stood, saluting the flag, not the man. Cabinet doors slammed shut. 5 more resignations mid-session. The vote? A landslide defeat, 412 to 187. Thorne's front bench emptied like rats fleeing a ship. In that electric moment, the speaker's gavel fell. The ayes have it. The illusion shattered. Control collapsed, exposing the rot beneath. Britain gasped, then cheered. This wasn't just politics. It was catharsis, a nation purging its poison. And now, the emotional resolution. In the ashes of betrayal, the people reclaimed their voice. From the rubble rose a chorus. Ordinary Britons, arm in arm, singing, "God Save the King," amid the smoke. Protests evolved into vigils, candles flickering for a cleaner future. Thorne slunk away, resignation letter a mere scribble. "I stepped down for the good of the nation." But the real win? Britain remembered who they are: resilient, unbowed, fierce guardians of justice. No more blind trust in suits, eyes wide open, demands etched in stone. As the sun rose over a weary Westminster, one protester whispered to our mic, "We fell, but we'll rise stronger. Patriotism pulsed, satire softened the scars, urgency forged unity. This crisis didn't break us. It remade us. If you believe truth still matters, subscribe to UK Pancakes and never look away. Thank you for watching.